Welcome then, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow Lost Ark players, as we talk blue crystals as a free-to-play player. Because, let's be honest, you're going to want as many blue crystals as you can get your hands on. Not just for Mary's secret shop, though it does act as a rapid catch-up mechanism to upgrade your eye level and gear if you fall behind or just want to accelerate ahead and you have the crystals to spare. And you're also going to want them because, well, you can buy a load of very useful things off the shop with them. And generally speaking, the more crystals you have, the easier life becomes in Lost Ark. Though the good news is then that you can get a hold of crystals as a free-to-play player. In fact, there's an entire system built into the game for it. Firstly, before we touch on that system, the currency exchange, you can get a few trickles of crystals, well, just given to you without spending a dime. Chiefly, the login rewards are responsible for that, as you get chests of them as they cycle round. That's how it worked in the other servers or the versions of the game. But every now and then, there is occasionally events or a one-off quest or something special that will get you just a tiny tickle. But there's no way to just kind of spend your time farming crystals. Or at least, not directly, because technically speaking, there is.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
So, without further ado then, let's actually look at the currency exchange. You can either go to the NPCs in the big cities and talk to this kind of weird, like, grandma goblin? I want your gold! Or you can just open the shop, and at the bottom right, there is the currency exchange. Initially, when you open this, it's a little bit overwhelming. It doesn't really give you a whole lot of help, a whole lot of info, and just throws a lot of numbers in your face. But basically, all you need to really care about is the bottom right box, because this box is what facilitates essentially a large part of the Lost Ark economy. In the cash shop, then, there is a significant amount of very useful things you can obviously buy for blue crystals, including just the crystalline aura that you essentially want to have up constantly because it's just very, very useful to have. So, there are two real main ways that you get crystals. You can either buy royal crystals and trade them for crystals, or you can get gold in-game for free and trade that gold for crystals. So essentially, you have the option. You can convert your money to blue crystals and get really important, helpful stuff, or you can convert your time to blue crystals and get really important, helpful stuff. And therein kind of lies the, yes, it's pay to win, you could argue, but also very free-to-play friendly, you could also argue, and it's very complex. But we're not here to debate the morals of it being pay to win or not, we're here to talk how it actually functions. So this currency exchange, then, is, well, what it says on the tin, a way to exchange currency. The whales and anyone who decides they want to buy royal crystals, and instead of spending it on items in the shop, they just want a boost in their gold. Essentially, this is a way to buy gold, the Purchase Gold tab. You say, okay, look, I've got to spend 238 royal crystals, and this is going to be worth 299 gold. Am I okay with that? I am. Alright, here we go. It's quite an expensive way to buy gold, and definitely does limit how much anyone can do with this without absolutely decimating, their entire lives, let's be honest here, and there is a limit of up to 10 a day to stop anyone going truly ridiculous, but essentially this is the buy gold system. It's just not a great one. You're probably better using the royal crystals on sought-after cosmetics on the cash shop and then putting them on the marketplace. So what we care about here is the buy crystals tab. This lets you convert your gold to crystals. And this is a market. It's not disappearing currency into the ether, it is between players. The market sets the price. Currently, 230 gold gets you about 95 crystals. It's not guaranteed, you might be able to get a bit more, but you can also put in buy orders and limit orders, say what do you want for what price, and if it ever gets to that point, it'll automatically happen. But essentially, this is a balance back and forth between people who are crystal rich and people who are gold rich, going into each currency as they need it. And this existing essentially lets you sit in the game farming gold, of which there are a lot of effective ways to do so, like a lot of effective ways to get a lot of gold, and that's something we'll hopefully look into and bring you a proper in-depth guide on, and then convert those gold into crystals to get, well, all of the cool stuff on the cash shop, both useful and cosmetic, that you might want to, as well as dip your toe into Mary's secret shop, which becomes more and more useful as we progress up the tiers of gear. Whew. Thank you for coming to my currency exchange TED Talk. So that is essentially it in a nutshell. If you're there as a free-to-play player looking at everything on the cash shop that costs blue crystals, including Mary's Secret Shop, salivating, well, what you need to do is farm gold and exchange it for the best price that you can get ad infinitum. That's really where your game time is going to come from, and because of that, well, again, yeah, you can get everything you might want as a free-to-play player, but it is going to take time unless there happens to be a huge swing in gold being worth an absolutely massive amount of crystals because of a shortage of one currency or another as the economy develops over the coming months. In any case, it will be likely that the amount of crystals you get per gold will slowly go down over time. So if you're going to be getting gold for crystals, you want to be doing it now while people don't have that much gold, so they don't have that much gold to throw at crystals. That is my biggest tip to you, and one of the things I really want you to take away. If you are going to be farming gold for crystals, the sooner you do it, the better, generally, because gold inflation to crystals became one of the most crippling problems on the original Korean servers. So we'll see what happens in the Western ones. For now, though, I hope you found that somewhat useful. In any case, like if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and please consider supporting the future channel on Patreon down below. Until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.